Hello students, welcome back to our YouTube channel Zoologic Minds. This is part 6 of subphylum Vertebrata, in which we are going to discuss about the characteristic features and classification of mammals. So before we begin with our topic, I want you to update that I have created the playlist of the animal diversity. You can find it in the playlist section, and if you want the PDF notes or the previous lecture, you can get the link from the description box. So let's begin with the characteristic features of mammalia. The body of the mammals is covered with the epidermal hairs. The integumentary glands are the sweat gland, sebaceous gland, and the scent gland or odoriferous gland. The mammary glands are present in the mammals to supply the milk for the nourishment of the young ones. The external fleshy pinna is present in the mammals. The eyes with upper and lower eyelids are present, and often the eyelashes are present in the eyelids. The nictitating membrane is translucent and hairless, and it is vestigial in the higher mammals. A muscular diaphragm is present in between the thoracic and abdominal cavities, and they are endothermic. It means they are able to regulate their body temperature. The RBCs are non-nucleated, biconcave, and usually circular in the form. The heart is four-chambered and it is highly developed. Only left aortic arch is present in the arterial system. The cerebral hemisphere are very large and highly convoluted. The cerebellum is large, complex, and solid in the animals. There is a single urinary bladder in the mammals. The testes remain in the scrotal sac. The small eggs are devoid of the yolk. It means they are alecithal. The fertilization is internal. It means the fusion of male and female is gamete is taking place inside the female body. The mammals are viviparous. It means they give birth to their young ones, but there is exception also in the case of platypus. The platypus are the oviparous. They lay eggs. The skull is dicondylic. It means it have two occipital condyle for the articulation with the vertebral disc. The teeth are the heterodont, thecodont, and diphyodont. Now, heterodont means that there are different types of teeth are present in the mammals. What are the different types of teeth? The incisor, canine, premolar, and molars. The thecodont means they are embedded in the socket, and diphyodont means the Diaphyodont means they are deciduous in nature. First, the milk teeth comes, and then the milk teeth falls, and then the permanent teeth comes. The cranial nerves are 12 in pairs, and the kidneys are metanephric type. Now, the classification of mammals. The mammals are divided into two subclasses, the Prototheria and the Theria. And then again the Theria are divided into two infraclasses, which is the Metatheria and Eutheria. The Eutheria has the 16 orders, the Insectivora, Chiroptera, Dermoptera, Edenta, Pholidota, Tubulendata, primates, Rodentia, Logomorpha, Cetacea, Sirenia, Carnivora, Hydracoidea, Proboscidea, Perissodactyla, Artiodactyla. Now let's discuss each of the order with their key features and example. Now the subclass Prototheria. The prototherians are considered to be the most primitive mammals. So the most primitive mammals are prototherians, which are only restricted in the Australia and its neighboring islands. For example, Tasmania and New Guinea. Beside egg-laying habit, they have several reptilian characters also, including a cloaca. So they have cloaca. They lay eggs containing ample amount of yolk. So the yolk is very much high in amount. The subclass Prototheria includes the single order which is Monotremata. The Ornithorhynchus is the example of the Prototheria. Now the subclass Theria. The Therias are divided into two infraclasses, which is the Metatheria and Eutheria. Now the infraclass Metatheria includes the marsupials. Okay, so the example is the marsupials are the pouched mammals. So they give birth to the underdeveloped youngs and then they continue developing in the pouch or marsupium of their parents. The example is the kangaroo, the macropus. So the infraphylum Eutheria, they are the placental mammals. So their embryo retains in the uterus until they develop to a certain advanced stage. The orders of the Eutheria, the first order is the Insectivora. So Insectivora, as the name is suggesting itself, they feed on the insects. The testes are abdominal. The examples are the shrews, moles and hedgehog. They are very like tiniest mammals. The Dermoptera, a hairy skin fold called patagium, extends like a parachute from neck to tail, which is meant for gliding. Now Chiroptera, they are the flying mammals. The forelimbs are modified into wings so that they can fly. The examples are the bat and vampire bat. The order 4 is Edentata. E means absent and denta means tooth. So they are toothless. The teeth are absent in the Edentata. This order includes the armadillos and sloths. Folidota. The body of these mammals is covered with overlapping horny scales with a sparse hair in between. The teeth are absent and the example are the scaly anteater or pangolin. The order 4th is the primate, in which the mans are included. The primates have highly developed brain, and the living primates include the prosimians. Prosimians are the primates which were before the monkeys, and the simians. The prosimians include the lemurs, loris, and tarsiers, and the simians include the monkeys, apes, and men. The rodentia, they have one pair of sharp chisel-like incisor in each jaw. Incisor, it means the teeth is present. The canines are absent, leaving a toothless space which is called as the diastema. The examples are the rat, mice, squirrels, guinea pigs, and porcupines. The order 4 is the Logomorpha. They have two pairs of incisors in the upper jaw and two pairs of incisors in the upper jaw and one pair of incisor in the lower jaw. So there are total 3 pairs of incisor, 2 in upper and 1 in lower. And no canines. Canines are totally absent in the Logomorpha. The examples are the rabbits and hares. The 9th order is the Cetacea. They have a fish-like body, well developed for the aquatic life. So their habitat is aquatic. They have fin-like forelimbs, but hind limbs are absent in the cetacea. The testes are abdominal and the skin has thick layer of fat called as the blubber, which acts as a food storage and insulator. The examples are the dolphins and whales. The 10th order is the carnivora. They are flesh-eating mammals. These animals have sharp pointed canines so that they can easily tear the flesh. The jaws are very strong and developed. The examples are the dog, cat, wolf, jackal, fox, cheetah, lion, tiger, hyena, mongoose, bear, and panda. The 11th order is the Proboscidea. They have long muscular trunk. They are thick-skinned animals and hence called as the pachyderms. They are the largest land animals. The example are the elephants. The 12th order is the Sirenia. They are herbivorous and aquatic animals with a fin-like forelimb and no hind limbs. They have few hairs and do not have external ears. They have thick blubber, which is the fat, and the testes are abdominal in Sirenia. The example are the sea cow, manatee. The 13th order is the Perissodactyla. They are herbivorous, odd-toed. It means the toes are present in odd manner, either 1 or 3. The true horns with a bony core are never present. The stomach is of non-ruminating type. And the examples are the horses, asses, mules, zebras, tapirs, and rhinoceros. The 14th order is the Artiodactyla. They are also herbivorous and they have the even-toed foot. So the even-toed means either 2 or 4 toes are present. True horns or antlers are present in many of the animals of this order. There are 4-chambered stomach and the stomach is ruminating. The examples are the cows, buffaloes, sheep, goats, deer, antelopes, yak, camel, giraffe, pigs, and hippopotamus. So here we are done with the classification and features of the mammals. So if you like my lecture, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for the latest update. Thank you for watching.